This is going to go down as one of the best sets of turtles ever made. Today we're completing the team with Donatello from the Last Ronin line by NECA Toys. Great looking artwork on the front of the package, and then we finally fill that hole in the spine image mural, which as you'll see later really ties things together. Big kudos to everyone that had a hand in designing this figure, and this barcode should be working at Walmart right now. But speaking of Walmart, I did get mine delivered from them, and it looks like they might have originally thought to just send the box with a sticker on the front. It looks like it'll come off easily, but just be aware. And here's that Donatello figure outside of the package. The colors they chose on this one work really well. I like the little bit brighter green than what we saw in the comics. It really makes that purple bandana pop. There are a few different outfits they could have chosen for the Donatello figure, but this one is the one we see in his final scenes. Here you can see some of Kevin Eastman's initial concept sketches. His outfit is much more traditional than that of the other brothers, because he got it from the Hamato clan in Japan to fight what would become his final battle. For accessories, he comes with this traditional hat. For being such a small item, it actually has a lot of different textures and different grittiness and grime on the sides. The strap is a soft plastic, so you'll have to be careful with that, but I think overall it's looking really nice. Definitely a unique piece for Donatello. Next up is the alternate head sculpt. This one really reminds me of the Jim Lee turtles from back in the day, but with a little more of a comic influence with those dark black lines. Everything's looking good, but compared to the comics, I think it is a little bit small. His samurai banner is a great accessory as well. The colors are really vivid and it is on an actual piece of cloth. The edges seem open and frayable, so be careful with those. Here's another unique bow for Donatello. You wouldn't think there'd be so many different ways to design a stick, but here we are. The wrapping is nicely done, a little gritty and grimy, looking good. Be careful you don't lose this little piece that comes out of his back. Mine immediately hit the floor when I took him out of the package, so be careful not to lose that. He comes with 4 total sets of hands: open, palm, closed fist, and a gripping hand. Even though we never see Donatello in this attire along with his other brothers in the comic books, I still think it was ultimately a good choice for the figure. The lining does seem a little bit more bold than what we see in the other figures, but I imagine we'll get another version of Donatello in his more modern attire later on down the line. We still get a ton of the little leather pouches that we see in the other toys, and if you notice that hole on the top of the back here, that's where that little rope knot goes in. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be removable, but maybe it was supposed to be glued. But this way it's easy to adjust and change the angle if you want to do that. Moving on to his right side, he does have this big shoulder armor piece, which limits his movement just a little bit, but it looks really cool, so I'll take it. Lots of details in the hands and forearms, lots more leather, then back around to the front. Overall, I do like that his style is so much different than the other 3 brothers, but like I said, that just means we're going to get another Donatello soon. Here he is with that alternate head. We can see some of his teeth in this one, not really a smile. Similar eye shape on both. The hat goes on fairly easily, and I don't think it's going to fall off unless you knock over the figure. Again, the strap is soft plastic, and those things are known to break, so be careful. The texture adds some nice interest to the top view, and it looks good from the back. Plenty of room for that bandana knot. And speaking of knots, since it's removable, I think it's easier to take the knot off when you want to put the bow in. It takes a little bit of effort to get it in there, but not too bad. Then you can just plug it into the back, adjust the angle however you like, and you're good to go. The samurai banner is almost the same diameter as the bow. I think it's just a little bit thinner and definitely smoother, but you can get it in that back holster pretty easily as well. Since it is a little bit loose, you don't really have any options for adjusting the height of the banner, but I think this looks pretty good. It'll definitely add some more pops of color to the shelf. I think this figure will definitely stand out from the crowd, but I'll let you decide for yourself as we see some comparisons. Here he is standing next to that original Last Ronin figure. His green is just a little bit brighter than Raphael. He looks just a little bit more broad than Leonardo, and same thing for the flashback Michelangelo. We'll throw Casey in the mix just so you can see the height difference, and probably the most important pairing is him with Master Splinter. And here's the whole good guy crew we have so far. All these things are so unique, but somehow you can still tell they're all part of the same line. Last thing to do is update that box mural. You can see he slides right in between Leonardo and the Singerbot. Give it a little push from the ends to join those images together, and here's that updated mural. I don't know if there realistically is an end in sight for this thing. There are still several key characters we don't have yet, so who knows how long it's going to last. Donatello was definitely a necessary member for this team, and I'm glad we finally got the figure. These seem to be really plentiful at Walmarts right now, so hopefully you're able to grab one for yourself. Let me know what you think of this figure and who you hope to see next in the line. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.